Hello everybody, my name is Gravity, and welcome to The Corruption Within. And this is a point-and-click game, so I'm going to point and click new game.
It had been a wonderful week. Camping, hiking, and exploring the countryside with my wife and 2 children.
Getting right into it.
We hadn't been able to afford a holiday while the kids were growing up, but finally, between my salary and Steph selling some of her paintings, we'd scrabbled together the funds.
Okay. What's that up there in the sky?
With 2 nights to go, we'd planned to spend the afternoon exploring a section of the forest by the lake we hadn't seen yet. At dusk, I was collecting things together while Steph and the kids answered the call of nature.
Okay.
They didn't come back.
Well, it sounds like nature called pretty hard.
I spent hours searching, calling, to no avail. Frantically, I headed towards the only sign of civilization I'd seen. A grand mansion with a mountain behind it and a lake at the front.
Wow, you think you would have noticed that coming in?
I'd heard of this new invention called a telephone. Whoever owned the mansion was surely rich enough to own one. Or at least have some horses. I scrambled over old tree roots to get to the mansion. Rumours and superstitions were rife about this part of the country, but I put those down to silly old wives' tales designed to scare children. I reluctantly began to wonder if there was some truth to them. Tales of ghosts and fell beasts didn't bother me. I didn't believe in such things. The stories of Edgar Allan Poe were entertaining, but nothing more. It was the evil people were capable of that worried me. I reached the mansion and hoped to find help there. At the very least, someone should be able to aid me in some way. If they couldn't, there was no hope of aid from any other source, unless I found my way back to civilization and the police conducted a full search of the countryside.
How did you get here? Did you walk? I mean, this is clearly far in the past if the telephone is brand new. Oh, how old is the telephone? 1800s? 1800s. Early 1900s. I have no idea.
But it would be too late. This mansion was my only hope.
When was the telephone invented? 1876. Wait, yes. 1876. Right, I was right, 1800s. Like, late 1800s. Okay. Oh, hey, let's see. There's an impressive building indeed. It must be a rich family that lives here. Even though it's late, there seems to be some light on, so I guess at least someone is still awake. Do I have an inventory? Can I... Okay, so right now all I have is this. Okay, that's all it says. Okay. Oh! Is that supposed to be a hand? After a brief moment, a man appears. A man opens the door. Hello. Just what is your business at this ungodly hour, sir? Please, good man, let me in. My family has gone missing. I need help. Do you have an invitation for a member of the family? From a member of the family? What? No, I don't. My family have gone missing, and if you don't have an informal if you cannot speak, I am an AI. Beep bop. Okay. Then I cannot allow you to enter the house. There are no exceptions. I bid you goodbye, sir. Now what am I going to do? Okay. A shrill scream is heard in the distance. Was that Steph? I'd better go check it out. The scream seems to have come from the southwest. Okay, here's what you do. You knock on the door. The dude answers the door again. You punch him, and then you walk inside. Not knowing where I was heading, but following the sound of the scream, I ended up somewhere in the forest. Then I beheld a sight that made my body run cold. Maybe I should probably censor that. There was a man hanging from a tree. As I stared at the grisly scene, a young woman approached me. Sir, I was sent to find you and give you this invitation. She hands me an invitation card. She's clearly shaken by the sight of the dead man. Give it to the butler and he will let you in. I'm not ominous at all. I'm just your random friendly woods girl who gives you invitations. The young lady stares in horror at the hanging man. Why? Do you know who this is? Yes, sir. His name was Paul. He was a footman. I liked him. He was always kind to me, and he was quite a dizzy, despite not having much education. Lady Charlotte heard you at the mansion door talking to Giles and told me to come via the servant's door to the forest to find you. She has seen a woman and 2 children who appeared to be lost. But then I saw Paul here. We must report this to the authorities. My family. Someone has seen my family. She's still staring at the body, unable to tear her eyes away. Shouldn't we cut him down or even bury him? We can't yet. The police. Oh wait, that was the woman. We have to shoot this and bury him. We can't yet. The police will need to see this crime scene without any interference. I suppose so. I need to rush back. I know it seemed cold given the circumstances, but I do not wish to receive punishment for family and punishment from family and my duties. The punishment can't be severe. The punishment can be severe. I'm sure these things are written perfectly fine and I just can't read. You still have work at this time? It must be past midnight by now. The family I work for has unusual habits. Lady Dennison suffers with lunacy. She becomes highly agitated during the full moon and often creates havoc, so the family have got into the habit of staying up late to deal with her. I see. What about the invitation? That's a house rule. Nobody enters without an invitation, even if accompanied by a servant or family member other than Lord Dennison himself. He is a law unto himself. I'm sorry, but I really must get back now. Paul, rest in peace. I will come make sure you get a proper burial. The young woman, weeping uncontrollably, runs back towards the mansion. I'm left with only the corpse swinging gently on the rope for company. There's some really dense foliage here. I could probably get through it if I had a reason to, but I can't see one right now. Sky. Rope. The noose is tied around the neck. Poor soul. It looks like he's been here for a long time. The bluish tint of his skin could not be the result of the cold air alone. It's unnatural, like he had some kind of strange disease or ingested some kind of poison. A few things to bear in mind. This game saves your progress automatically. Text display speed can be changed in the options screen from a regular default option. To return to the main menu, press X. Okay. To open and close your inventory, press the space bar, click the middle mouse button, left click on an item from your inventory to hold it in hand. You can then use it on an object in the world by left clicking. To return to your inventory, click the right mouse button or open your inventory again. Some objects may require a closer inspection, so don't be shy to interact with them a few times. To move around the world, click on the direction arrows that are shown on the bottom right. Alternatively, you can use the WASD keys. Okay. I'm not sure what the wheelbarrow has been used for, but it has dark red stains inside it. I fear gardening was not its only use. A large shed in the middle of the forest. Odd choice for location. It's bigger than I'd expect. Maybe a converted barn? The happy days we spent hiking in those mountains already seem so long ago. Sky? Oh. Okay, I already said that. Okay, look. The door won't budge more than a couple of inches. There's an adjustable spanner on the floor, which I can barely reach. I take it. Okay. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's the invitation. Oh, and then a spanner. The spanner is versatile, but not that versatile. Okay. Dense foliage all around create a safe and adventurous environment for the many squirrels and other small denizens living here. Tree. This tree stands out impressively, even in the sometimes dense woodland. I'm guessing it may even have been around long enough to have started life with George III was on the throne. Okay. The mountains look dark, distant, and ominous from this angle. So different to my impression of them this afternoon. Grass. The purple plant is everywhere. I wish my employment left me some time enough to study such things, but as it is, I have no idea what this plant is. Oh, decision time. Despite the situation, you find yourself fascinated by the plant and think about taking a sample for when you manage to find your family and return home. Don't take the plant with you. Take a plant home to put in your garden. Take a plant home to keep as a houseplant. Take a plant to give to the Royal Botanical Gardens at New to be studied. I'll do that. Your decision has been recorded. The plant is steeped in evening dew. Oh, I run straight back to the mansion, not stopping to explore the forest and lakeside area. Oh! I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to go. Okay, whatever. That will wait for later. Later should the need arise. Okay. After a brief moment, a man opens the door. I have an invitation from Lady Charlotte to enter the mansion. Although Lady Charlotte does the most extraordinary things at times, I am not going to simply take your word for it. You will have to provide proof. Okay. You want your proof? Oh, I have proof. I see. This appears to be in order. I'm not aware that Lady Charlotte has left the house. I was not aware of that. I suppose she sent a servant to do her bidding. Do come in, sir. I shall take you through to the lounge and fetch her ladyship. Please wait here whilst I fetch Lady Charlotte. Sounds of whispers come from behind the door. You may leave us now, Giles. Very good, my lady. Is that the lady I spoke with before? Lady Charlotte studies me keenly before speaking. That's not the same lady, is it? I see you got my invitation. Jolly good. Thank you for your kindness and hospitality, madame. Of course, of course. Do you happen to know something of my family's whereabouts? My wife and 2 young children, 1 boy and 1 girl. Oh, did I see them? I think maybe I did. You mean you don't know where you saw them? Oh yes, now that I think of it, I did. So where are they? Patience, my good man. Patience? I'm desperate to find them. I'm feeling woozy. I need to go and lie down. You may search the mansion if you'd like. I have nothing to hide, or perhaps I do have something to hide, but I want you to find it. Lady Charlotte gives a smile and slightly delirious laugh. Ha! I don't remember when and where I saw them. I've not been feeling myself lately. A loud bang follows by a low groaning is heard from the east. Did you hear that? Your imagination is getting the better of you. This old house is full of strange sounds. That was no random creak created by the wind in an old house. That was someone in pain. Oh dear heart, are you a writer? You have the most vivid imaginations. As for me, I just like to guess like people. I need rest, and I shall see you later, no doubt. I'm sure I heard something, and I'm sure people around here know more than what they're letting on. Time to investigate. I must keep a tight hold on my emotions and remain as objective as I can. My family's future depends on it. Okay. An oil painting of a lake outside the mansion. I think, probably, by a local artist rather than a famous one. The lake on the night, blah, 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 blah. I'm pretty sure that's not important. One of those newfangled gramophone players. We can't afford one ourselves, but it's fair. But this family has the latest technological wonders. Looks comfy, but I don't like the color much. The chair looks comfy, yet there is no time to sit and dawdle. I must find Steph and the kids. What a wonderful sofa. I wish we could afford something like this for our house, or indeed have enough room for it. Maybe one day. Looks posh, but I'm not keen on the color. Not in an indoor setting anyway. Greens are the wallpaper of nature, not of man. Okay. Now let's see. A roaring fire heats the room. There's nothing quite like a log fire. The drink cabinet is well stocked with wines and spirits of various vintages. Gaslit chandelier. The family must be extremely affluent. I have seen. Okay, shut up. Thank you. As a thing of special beauty. Is that everything in here? Yeah. A grandfather clock always adds an air of elegance to the foyer. Personally, I prefer the casting to be stained or varnished rather than painted, but I can't deny that the clock looks rather distinguished. I just can't like the color green, but this armchair also seems oddly out of place. The rest of the foyer is set quite symmetrically. It may not be of particular significance, but it's highly noticeable to someone in my line of work. What is your line of work? The entryway lampstand spills onto the foyer. Lamplight spills on the foyer floor. Okay. A comfortable-looking armchair. I guess some visitors are asked to wait in the foyer for a long time if they need seats. I have never seen such a grand chandelier before. It must be the equal of the light that is the finest place in Europe. A rather strange painting of a man, which I believe in a newfangled style called Impressionism. A portrayal of a bat, one of nature's most... A bat, that sounds important. Mysterious mammals, and rather bizarre choice of a painting to place in the foyer on account of their unsavory reputation. The gas lamp is unlit. With that huge chandelier, you wouldn't think another light was necessary. Okay. The floor mat has been well chosen to have sympathetic colors to the wooden floorboards. I wonder if I could use this for anything. That will serve no purpose. Can't use better for that. Perhaps we should start a conversation before I okay. Ooh. So you're the butler. What's your name? What do you have? Do you have a telephone in your house or any horses? Do you know anything about the hanging of the man in the nearby woods? Okay, so I'm gonna start with this one. I am indeed, sir. Have been for many years now. I go by the name of Giles. I didn't know butlers were allowed to drink while on duty, but I can smell whiskey on his breath. How long have you worked here? A little more than 20 years. I have no idea how long that is. Sir, I started out as a stable boy. Would you believe? Back when the family still had horses. Of course, I was a mere wee lad back then. Are you Scottish? So I guess they don't have horses anymore? Haha, you caught the twang. Okay, she's Scottish, and the answer is yes, but barely. I was a wee bairn when I came to England, and I rarely see my Scottish kin. Every now and then the language, old language slips out. Then I'm not gonna do that again. Okay. I'm doing it again. Alas, no. We have no real means of communication with the outside world. The family likes being secluded. I don't even know if I'm doing a Scottish accent right. We did have horses, but not for some years now. Gracious me, no sir, I did not. Shame to have yet another death in the area. It means that this is the most unfortunate place, sir. Many deaths over the last few years. Or maybe suspected death is a better expression. Possibly just disappearances. I mean, who really knows? What do you know about the deaths? I know nothing at all. I lied. I tried again. And that's, what, I'll tell anyone. He clearly knows something, but he'll never tell me. Have you seen a woman and 2 children? I have not. Someone else could have, let them in, I suppose, but I find it extremely unlikely. With the few staff we have available, it's not like anyone is looking for extra work. Blech. I shall return later. Goodbye. Okay. Oh, I heard someone come in. I thought it may be Charlotte. Oh, I'm afraid not. I'm a visitor looking for my wife and children who have gone missing. I'm so sorry. I have lost children myself. I hoped Charlotte had come to play the piano so I could accompany her on the harp. It calms me somewhat. Lady, I'm so sorry for your loss. It was years ago. Years ago. I'm Isabel, by the way. Pleased to meet you. Samuel! I'm Samuel, my lady. Samuel Taylor. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Charlotte, is she here? I hope to play on the harp. I was just waiting for my husband to come into the room being like, what do you want? I hope to play on the harp whilst she played piano. It cleanses my soul. She plays very well. But she's not here. I will go. Okay, bye! I think she is so caught up in her own grief that the fact my own family is missing didn't even register with her. A bit of an odd fish, really, but I suppose it's understandable. I have rarely heard the instrument played, but I am told it creates very beautiful melodies when in the hands of a skilled harpist. The statue is huge, almost twice the height of a man. I should presume, given its location, that this statue is of a famous composer, but it's not one I recognize. Maybe someone local or even a family member. A seating area for family members to be entertained by those with a talent in music. According to the tiny plaque, this painting is called The Purple Rose of Cario, artist unknown. A grand piano sits at one side of the room. I can play simple melodies if I have the sheet music in front of me. I seem to have no head for remembering them, as some people can. If I had some... okay. So, I guess... I don't know. It's a dreadful night. I wonder if I could use this pry bar for anything. They just... okay. Just try it on everything. Alright. Fair! I've never understood why people hunt animals and put their stuffed heads up on walls for people to gawk at. What is that in for such a majestic creature? Yeah. The bookcase is dedicated to books for children. A section of popular novels including work by Dickens, Thackeray, Trollope, and the Baronet sisters and others. I can't read. It looks like the room is well used if that fire is still going at this hour. I'm actually quite good at billiards when I get a chance to play. Not surprising, I suppose, considering an eye for angles and distances is important to my job as an architect. An unlit oil lamp. I'm not going to carry a bulky oil lamp around for no reason. Besides, someone else might need it. Okay, well then don't give me the option to take it. There's no time to practice my potting and whatever skills. Okay. Okay. I can hear the clock strike 1. That's a but. I know my knowledge of Greek mythology is limited, but I would say that these unclad ladies are nymphs. The one on the far end is holding a cluster of grapes. Can I have the grapes? The bronze feels smooth to the touch. I bet it does. The bronze feels smooth to the touch. That looks pretty smooth right there. The bronze feels smooth to the touch. The bronze feels smooth to touch. What part did you touch? Rope! There's a long, thin pipe. Oh, a pipe coiled up here. It may have been used to top up the pool at some point. I don't know what that means. It seems to be a surplus to require. I can't read. Oh, is it a rubber hose? I thought it said a pipe. I've taken the rubber hose. Okay. The light highlights the charm of a particularly beautiful statues. What a lovely way to relax this must be. The stone pillar rises impressively to a high ceiling. It's not marble. The family's wealth is vast, but not completely unlimited. Somebody coming? Oh, no, that's me walking. I guess I'll go upstairs. A grand stairway would be fitted of such an opulent mansion. Or maybe I go outside. In my rush to get back to the mansion earlier, didn't explore the area outside. I should scour for clues. The rocks just sit out of the water, making them feel uneasy. I feel like they shouldn't be here. At the top of the pillar is sets of ruins. I'm not sure what the language is. The ruins are not simply carved into the stone. Each one is separatedly embossed. I can push them down, but nothing happens. Even though it's not far from the shore, I don't think I should risk trying to jump onto it. Firstly, okay. Another rock seemingly defying gravity. At the surface of the water, the ground rises and falls sharply around it, leaving just enough for the rock to sit on. The tree sits imposingly on the bank of the lake, firmly anchored by its deep root system. The rock appears to have been placed here. I can't be sure if it was entirely a aesthetic decision or if there's some other reason for it. The rock is heavy. I have no reason to push it around. The rock just sitting on the surface of the water makes me wonder if it is a man-made lake, but hastily completed with areas of higher ground than they should be. It is possible that the effect is deliberate. Oh, I was like, what's that, a boomerang? No, it's the moon. The moon appears over here bright, bold, and commanding. The moonlight reflects in the lake. It's so beautiful. I wish if I were more in the mood to enjoy it. Okay, so... Oh! The wagon is a strange size. It looks a little small for a horse, but large for a human to pull. Though I'm sure if I had a good enough reason, I could move it easily enough. Perhaps it was designed for smaller animals like ponies to pull. Even ever so often, I think I can see something shining, but it's probably just a reflection. Probably not. Okay. Oh! Every time I see a metallic glint when the moonlight shines on the fern. House. The roof looks like it's seen better days. The door looks like to be a sturdy part of the building. Everything else looks like it may fall apart at any moment's notice. There's no point trying to get in. The place has clearly been abandoned for several years, and I can see no indication that anyone has been inside during that time. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. I'm going to keep playing, but I'm going to end this episode right here, and I'm going to keep going, because I'm invested, because I like point-and-click games. Alright, thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'm not going anywhere, but I will see you next time I upload a video. Okay, bye.